success, wealth, love, fitness. We all want it, but most of us don't know how to get it, or we're in our comfort zone and don't want to bother. Wake up! Snap out of it! Why are you settling? Why are you living the way you are? Remember when you were a kid and fantasized about being rich? About being a writer or playing the piano? What happened to those wishes? Real life, that's what happened. This is the only life we have as we know. Live it the way you want. Go to thehabitformula.com and learn how to regain the life you've always wanted. Go to thehabitformula.com right now.
Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people get faster results, easier and better than they've ever done before by tweaking their daily routines, aka their habits, so that they can hit their goals and make their lives the way that they want. If you're new here, make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Also, if you're a podcast person, go to iTunes or Spotify and look for the Lunchtime with the Habit Master shows so you don't miss any episodes. So before we begin, I want to thank a few people that got a copy of my book, The Habit Formula, and also bought the course. I've got Chuck Swain, Mary Miller, Heather Thompson, Sandy Flowers, Nicholas Bracken, Bill Croft, and Megan Donnelly. They all went and grabbed a free copy of the book. Chuck, Mary, Nick, and Bill also upgraded to the premium course so that they could get faster results by really deep diving into this material and figuring out how they can make their plan so that 2019 is the best year ever. And you can go do the same thing. Go to thehabitformulabook.com, grab your free copy. If you want to go ahead and upgrade and take a deep dive into this material, also go to thehabitformulabook.com. The next page will be the upgrade form. Fill it out and get started today. So today we are talking about business goals. Whether you own your own business or you work for someone else, we're getting pretty close to the last quarter of the year, right? So you have to look at what goals have you already set for the year. Are you on target? Are you doing what you can be doing? Hold on here, let me fix my computer here. Are you on track to making this year more productive, more efficient, and better than last year? And that's something that you're going to have to go and look at if you're going to have to start measuring. If you're not on goal, you're not on target for making this year more productive than last year, then you got to say, okay, what is my plan? You got to come up with a different plan. And that's what we're going to do today. So the 3 pillars of success that I talk a lot about in the Habit Formula book, I also have another book that's going to be coming out called The Backward Rule. It talks about the 3 pillars of success. The first one is mindset. If you don't think you're going to be able to do something, you're never going to do what it takes to accomplish that goal, right? Okay? So mindset is 2/3 of the issue of having success in your life, okay? Part of mindset is making a plan so that you can follow the plan and you don't have to think about it all the time. The plan's already been thought of, and all you do is then take action, which is the 3rd pillar, towards your goal. So you have the 3 pillars of success are mindset, the second one is plan, and the third one is action. So today we're going to start talking about creating a plan for you guys, and we're only talking business here, we're only talking professional, we're not talking about, oh, I want to lose weight or, something else in your life. We're only focusing in on business today. Your profession, your career. How can you make the last quarter of the year really count and push you forward into the next year, into 2020? And we're going to talk about that today. So I've got some stats here. I read an article from Forbes who wrote that 57% of sales teams missed their quota in 2018. The question is, why? And they came up with 4 reasons. Why did 57% of salespeople miss their quota in 2018? The first one was they didn't have a clearly defined goal. Making more money, having more customers, selling more stuff is not a specific goal. You have to be very specific in where you want to go if you're going to then dial it back and make the plan to move forward, right? So you have to be specific. You have to have a certain number in mind. And we're going to develop that here in the next few minutes. The second one is they haven't translated that big goal into small attainable goals. When you're talking about a goal that you've never reached before, you're talking about big numbers here. Maybe your manager or sales exec or whoever's in charge of making those quotas, they're giving you a huge number because there's tons of people working in your organization, right? There's a lot of people on your team. What you have to do is then take those big numbers and drill them down into smaller chunks that mean something to you as your goal to hit. The smaller the number is, the easier it is for your mind to wrap around it and say, yeah, we can do that. Yes, I can do that. I can meet that goal. I just have to, get busy and work the plan that I come up with. So the smaller the quota number is, the easier it is for our minds to wrap around what we have to do to hit those numbers. Our mind then says, hey, it is possible, I can do it. Yeah, I've never done it before, but if I do this, this, and this, I can hit the target. Well, guess what? We're going to plan for that, and we're going to hit this, this, and this when it's time to do it. Sorry, my computer's acting crazy today. So the third thing is they didn't go above and beyond for their customers. There's so much technology out there that are kind of taking care of the customer's wants and needs. So, they fill out a form, they ask a question, and then it goes to some generic FAQ base. People, especially like me, you're busy. You want to talk to a live person. If you have an issue, and especially if it's in your business particularly, you want to talk to a sales rep. Anytime I call about a question for, especially in my dental practice, I want to talk to my rep live. He is not necessarily the easiest person to get a hold of, and a lot of times I go elsewhere. He misses a lot of sales from me because he doesn't answer the phone when I call. How are you giving your customers service? When they call, are you picking up? Are you answering their questions? Are you going out there to visit them to try to figure out what the problem is? Problems equal solutions. Solutions equal opportunity for you to sell them something. Opportunity equals money. So your job as a salesperson is to go out and solve people's problems. I'm a dentist. You wouldn't think that I'm a salesperson, but I am. What do? I fix people's mouths. I get them out of pain. I make them look better. I make them feel better so that they can eat, so that they can feel confident that whatever they're doing in their life, that they can go out and sell, be in front of people, eat what they want to eat, be on a better diet so that they can keep themselves healthy. That's what I do. But in order to do that, we need to talk to people and solve their problems. If they have an issue, we're not here on Mondays and Fridays. I have someone that it forwards their call to their number and they talk to them live. If they can't get to them live, they call them back within probably a half an hour and they solve their issue. If they need to see me, I'm usually here. I get a text, hey, they're coming in, they need to see you. Hey, no problem. We talk to our customers. What are you doing in your daily routine? Are you following up with people? Are you talking to them and answering any questions or problems that they might have? The fourth thing, which I just kind of mentioned earlier, was follow up. 48% of salesmen don't follow up clients and non-buyers one time. Half of the people don't even follow up one time. Now that's clients that are customers that are already buying from you, but they also don't follow up with people that say no. Sometimes it's just not the right time. Sometimes your solution to the problem, really, maybe they don't think that problem is a big deal to them, right? But you never know what the future may hold. If you keep going back and re-engaging them, re-engaging their time and talking to them about issues that may be coming up in their business, in their lives, whatever, when it's time for them to solve the problem, because now the problem's real, they're going to think of you first, okay? But you have to do the follow-up. You have to keep going. I read a statistic that said 80% of sales happen between the 5th and 12th contact. So if you're only contacting these people one time, you're missing the boat. Only 2 to 3% of people buy on the first time. So if these are non-buyers and you're not even following up with those, think of what the end of the year will look like if you actually started following up on all the people that you contacted in the beginning of 2019. So the first 3 quarters of the year. Think of what your last quarter could be if you started making sales above and beyond what you usually do because you followed up with those people. So that's something that you need to think of, and you need to include that in your plan. So we're talking about the last quarter here. What are you going to do with it? We're going to make kind of a little plan so that we can make this quarter the best ever. The first thing you need to do is we're going to work backwards. So whatever number that you want to hit, whether it's a total amount of commissions, whether it's revenue, whether it's amount of projects completed. I don't know what you do in your career or business. So you have to take this, what is your number, okay? Whatever number that is, we're going to then, that is the big goal. We are then going to work down from there and get it down to little bite-sized chunks so that we know what we have to do to then build on that, and over time it will go from here to here, okay? The first thing you have to do is come up with a number, right? What is this number? Don't look at last year's number, okay? Don't look at a number you think you can do. Just pick a number. Pick something huge. Something that you're like, oh my gosh, this kind of scares me. I don't even know how I'm going to do this, but okay, we're just going to pick a number, okay? So that's your number. What would happen if you actually hit that number and you're like, holy crap, I've never done this. This has doubled my salary for the year, okay? What would that mean to you and your family if you actually hit that number? Okay, something to think about. It's a possibility. Who knows? Unless you have the target, you're never going to hit it, right? If you want to win the lottery, you have to play, right? You have to buy a ticket. So buy your ticket. Hit or make that number so that you can strive to try to hit it. Now, let's say you come up short, okay? And most people do come up short on their target. But if the target's not higher this year than it was last year, you're not going to grow. And in many cases, if it is the same and you don't hit it 100%, then you're actually going to go down. You're going to earn less. Your commissions or revenue are going to be less. So we want to kind of do the rubber band trick, which is you stretch the rubber band as far as you can go. And when you release it, then it never goes back to the same spot, right? It's stretched out a little bit, right? And then if you stretch it even more, when it bounces back, it's stretched out even more. That's what we want to do. In order to grow, we kind of have to overshoot the runway, so when we go to land, everything is smooth and we're actually ahead of where we were previously. That's what this is all about. To get better, to increase your skills, to get faster, and to make more money. Okay? So whatever number that is, you're going to pick a huge number. Now I'll give you an instance with me. Normally for a quarter we do about 250,000, right? So this quarter we're going to do 350. I just picked this random number. I've never done that ever. We're stretching it. We've been doing business now for 20 years almost, and I've never hit it. Guess what? We're going to try our best to do it. We're now coming into our busy time of the year. So the possibility is very, very big that we can hit it. So our number is 350,000. Okay? Pick your number. The second thing you got to do is how much time are you going to put into working this plan to reach that goal? Okay? So how many days? Do you have some vacation coming up? How many days are you working? You can start with weeks. But the easiest way to dwindle things down is a daily goal, okay? You can go hourly if you want. I don't know how your business is set up. I know for me, it's just easier to do a daily goal because you never know. The day fluctuates as far as patient flow. Certain times during the day, we get more, beginning of the day, end of the day is our really busy time, and in the middle it fluctuates. So for me and my business, we're going to go the whole day, okay? So whatever you want to do, pick how many days or how many hours or how many weeks, however your goal is going to be set, you need to pick and choose how much time you're going to start working on getting this goal. So that's the second thing. For us, we have 19 weeks, but 2 of those are holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas time, okay? So for me, the day is, let's see here, 44 days. I'm going to a concert in October, so I'll miss 1 day. So I am going to work $350,000 into 44 days. So if we want to find out what my daily goal is, you're going to divide your big goal number, for me it's 350, divided by how much days, weeks, or hours you're going to put into that. So for me it's daily, that's divided by 44. So I need to hit $7,954 per day to hit my goal, okay? Like I said before, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I know I'll need another employee to help, and we might need some more instruments or something. So in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be getting that ready so that when push comes to shove, I'm ready to rock and roll, right? So that when busy season comes, we're going to be hitting insurance time where everybody wants to get their stuff done before their insurance goes bye-bye. And that's something that I got to be prepared for. And I have still a couple weeks left in August before the new quarter turns in September after Labor Day. And we're going to just hit it hard, okay? What I want to do, though, is, certain people are going to be sick. They're going to have to reschedule. They're going to forget and not come. You have to overshoot your goal. So after you do your math, for you to actually hit your goal, you still have to overshoot that daily goal by a little bit. So instead of it being $7,954 per day, I'm going to shoot for $8,200. That should get me pretty close. So if somebody cancels or reschedules or forgets and doesn't show up, I should be close to that goal of 79.54. Okay? So the thing is, what are your numbers? You gotta think big, right? Even if you come up short, who freaking cares, right? Who cares if you come up short? You don't want to come up short if you're making the same goal as you did last year. You want to hit it even harder. And especially if you want to grow your business or grow your commission or just your income, you have to overshoot things. Now, you get your plan, right? The third thing you have to do, right? Remember the 3 pillars. You have mindset, you have plan, and the third thing is action. What actions are you going to take so that you can meet your goal, right? This big goal that's out there, that's hanging over your head now. We just calculated it. What are you going to now do to try to reach that goal? And that's going to be the next step, and we'll kind of start talking about that in the next show next week. But you have to start thinking, okay, I just made my plan. Now you don't have to think about it anymore. The next step is, what are my action steps going to be to actually make that plan follow through, okay? And we're going to talk about that next week. So that's it for this week. Make sure you hit your target, you got to overshoot. So you got to think bigger. Make this last part of the year of 2019 the best ever. So that's it. Thanks for watching. You can catch these shows and others. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's tons of mindset plan and action type videos on there. I'm starting to release a bunch every week, along with the Lunchtime with the Habit Master shows. Usually there's some commercials and promotions in there too. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, if you're a podcast person, you can catch the Lunchtime with the Habit Master episodes on iTunes and Spotify. So that's it for me. I hope everybody has a great day. Make sure that you are starting to make your plan, because next week we're going to do action steps so that I know you can make the last quarter of the year the best ever. Remember to let's build good habits together. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at noon.